That was a nice solid clap.
You're a nice solid clap.
Yes.
Hello, we are at GDC 2018. This is the Game Developers Conference that takes place every year in downtown San Francisco. I'm Anita Sarkeesian.
I'm Carolyn Pettit.
And we're going to go check out some games.
Woo!
Behind me is a game called Kids by Playable, and I've got to say, it is one of the most remarkable games that I experienced so far at GDC this year. It really kind of feels like a spiritual experience because it's very cerebral without being verbal. It's so hard to explain. But what happens in the game is there are little kids, and they all look exactly the same, so it kind of reminded me a bit of Lemmings, and they all kind of move together. So it sort of it starts out, the demo, with them all just diving into a black hole, and it kind of continues from there. So there are moments where they're engaging with each other, there are moments where they're following each other or not following each other, and one that was particularly profound is this scene where one of the kids says, "Nobody likes me," and then walks into a giant crowd and everybody like stays away from them. But it's not overt in terms of what it's trying to say. It just feels very I hate to say visceral because that's the worst word to use for video games, but here we are. So definitely check out Kids by Playable if you get a chance.
I'm here with OLLI, one of the creators of Noita. Can you tell us a little bit about this game?
So Noita is a physics-based roguelike game where you are a witch and your goal is to find a MacGuffin somewhere down in the caves, like in all those games.
And what happens as you're kind of on your way exploring and trying to get to that MacGuffin?
You explore all the different interactions in the environment between different elements, and like every pixel in the game is physically simulated. It sounds like a marketing thing, but that's actually happening in the game.
Yeah, and also like the enemies, also trigger all kinds of physics interactions. Like there's enemies that are like filled with lava or filled with like oil, which interacts with the environment in different ways, which results in all kinds of wild situations as you're playing through the game. And it seems like, every time you play, you never know exactly what kind of situations you're going to get yourself into.
Yeah. So, for example, just last run I saw was like one player, they found a potion that was like teleport liquid, and they broke that one, and then they teleported to a different place in the world, and there was a worm that just dug through the ground and ate them. So that was fun.
That's the fun of the game.
I just had to sign a waiver to play this game because I might die.
Kunnen we komen? Ja,
Weird.
Okay, new Wisby. That's understandable. You're in a very traumatic situation. I will dispatch a police car to a random location in the hope that you might be there.
You're okay. You're alive. I did it. I survived. I'm here with Kitty and JW, who are showing off their new game called Minit. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Minute is an adventure game where you die just every 60 seconds, so in a minute.
Yeah, you pick up a cursed sword on the beach, and from there on everything kind of goes horribly wrong. You die every minute, but any of the items you find you keep. So your next minute you still have the faster shoes, or you still have your cursed sword, and you kind of puzzle your way through the whole game, eventually beating it in just 1 minute.
Yeah, one thing that I loved about it, it's a black and white style. It's very sort of simple, but it doesn't feel monotonous when you're playing it. Like, it does really feel like you can, even though you're dying every minute, that anxiety of like, oh God, I gotta get the thing before I die so I can go do the other thing, moving on, seemed really well designed.
Oh,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's like Yukio Kallio and Dominic Young as well.
Yeah.
It's like us four.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for this look at GDC 2018. Obviously, a lot of really cool, innovative, and interesting games to look forward to in the months ahead. Subscribe to us at youtube.com/feministfrequency, and we'll see you next time.